Pretty sure I did. You mind? Yes, no. Oh. Okay. So there's three guys on a plane, and they each had carry-ons, like normal plane goers, and they were each different. And so the plane started to crash. And it was like, oh gosh. Cool. So the plane started to crash. And while it was crashing, the pilot's like, holy crap, we're crashing. And so like, we need to drop weight. Because they're going real fast. And I don't know how dropping weight helps, but they just do it. Believe me, if you're on a dying plane, that's part of my strap on. It'll be fine. So it starts to crash, and so they have to throw off their carry-ons. And the first guy's like, well, I didn't bring much. I just brought like a bushel of pineapple. And the guy's like, okay, just throw it. And so they throw it out. And the second guy's like, well, I had a kitchen set. It was my grandma. We were taking it to sell. And he goes, well, you're going to have to throw it. Throws it. And the third guy's just like really scary, kind of like sitting there by himself. And they're like, well, why don't you throw your carry-on? He goes, well, I would, but it's a bunch of bombs. And the guy's like, well, we're going to die. So he throws it, and they land safely. The end. Just kidding. Not the end. So they land. And they're walking along the road, because they have roads there. And they like see this girl crying. It's like, oh my gosh, that girl's crying like crazy. Like, little girl, what's wrong? She goes, my mom got killed by a bunch of pineapples. And they're like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible for throwing those pineapples off. And so they're like, well, we can get over it. We can keep walking. So they kept walking because they had to find their Jeep. And so they're on their way to find their Jeep. And they're like, they come with a little boy. And the little boy's crying. And they're like, oh gosh, what is this? And so they ask the little boy, like, what's wrong? He goes, well, a dining set fell on my parents. Both of them. And they're both dead. So he obviously has reason to cry. So he's crying. And they're like, wow, we are scum. We are the end of the earth. Like, we've thrown stuff from a plane to survive, and we've killed people. So they're like, oh crap. The third guy's feeling alright because he threw a bunch of bombs and didn't kill anybody. And so they keep walking, and they see this little guy laughing his head off. And they're just like, what is so funny? And the kid's like, I farted and my house blew up. It's an elementary school joke, sorry. Jamming.
This next song goes to our ministry because they let us a bake. They let us a bake. This one's Scout Scouts, that's that class.